Oh.
Well. Look who's up early this morning. Gracy Keirstead and Emma Joy Hill. Good morning.
Good morning. Good
How
morning.
are
Good
you?
morning.
Thank y'all for getting up to do this.
Oh my God, thank you for having us.
Yes, definitely.
So I'm intrigued by the title of this play, Emma, Skin of Veils. What is going on? Before I make up in my mind what I think it is, what is it?
I would love to know what you think of it, just not knowing anything about it. But yeah, I mean it's a play. It's definitely a play. It's a play about a woman, young girl who's lives in wartime, and so we like come off of this really happy music into this, but she lives in wartime and is engaged to an elderly man and in love with the girl next door, if you will. So the conflicts of all that.
So you just couldn't write a little easy kind of play. You have to give us lots to contend with.
That's right, Babs. We're not me and Gracie. We're in it for the long haul here.
I see. All right, so Ms. Gracy Keirstead, co-conspirator. Tell me why'd you say yes to this play?
So at Southern, the students, we had a meeting, and students had said one time that it would be kind of cool to do a play where we can have the playwright in the room. And a few years after that, Emma was hired, and Mike, who's the head of the department, had said that he wanted to do one of Emma's plays, and I was directing. It was my turn to direct. So I looked through a bunch of her plays. She's got lots of plays. It was a difficult decision to make, just because it's the kind of material I want to do. It's about social change. Mm-hmm. And this one came up, and it scared me, and I knew I should do it.
Oh, so the theater we're talking about is Southern Connecticut State University Theater, and you have a whole theater program over there. Like, people could get a degree in theater.
Yeah. So the cool thing about that is that I graduated from Southern's theater department back in the 1900s.
Can't with you.
Yes. And so I have
which is true.
Yes, it's the 1900s. Yes, it was. And I got a degree in a Bachelor of Arts in Theater at Southern. I had started off as a psych major, stepped on stage and realized that this is where I belong. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, we have a whole program that you can get, a bachelor's degree in theater, whether it be the tech side of theater, like sound stuff, costumes, or if you're an actor.
Wow. So is it a 4-year degree program?
It depends. I mean, it took me 6, but it is a 4-year. It takes however long it's going to take. It is a 4-year program. You could do it in 4 years. A lot of people do, especially if they're education majors. You have to be a double major. So some people will be education and theater, or there's a lot of double majors. We have a lot of theater minors. Mm-hmm. A lot of theater minors also. Yeah, it's a good program.
Well, I wanted you to talk a little bit about it, because New Haven, Greater New Haven, is an arts producing city, right? And so much talent in so many places. Yeah. And Southern Connecticut State University Theater is one of those places where honest to God talent is grown and sent out into the universe. So Emma, how long have you been writing plays? Do you work at Southern, or you a student, or?
Yeah, I work at Southern. I have the baby face. I'm an adjunct professor and I teach playwriting there. And I've been writing plays my whole life. I like as a kid, I was just writing plays, but I really started, getting things on their feet and starting to see some movement with professional theaters, um, 15 years ago, 10, 15 years ago.
So when you write a play, what inspires you, and do you shop it around? Like, how do people
Yeah.
find your plays?
Oh, I peddle them. I send them around to Gracie and whoever will pick them up. No, I mean, like there are submissions and there are ways to submit your work, but so much of, I mean, so much of the industry, it's just industry, like knowing who to rub elbows with and who to network with and
Hmm.
just making connections. So that's, and I like to work. I like to work. I love, not that I don't want to see a production, but I really want to workshop something. So usually people are inclined to, be bribed with pizza and beer to, come read something or come get something on its feet, but
I love it. All right, so this particular play, Skin of Veils. What is this title? Tell me the background for this title, because it's I think it's provocative. So,
good. That's what we are going for. Yeah, for me, this play deals with cycles of violence, and there are also like there's a usage of myth in the play with religious myth in a lot of ways. So those are kind of the images that I was drawing from. Um, and layers, like the layers of what that looks like. There's a lot of like talk of skin in the play. It's funny, like Gracie and I talk about this all the time and I teach it too, but there's this book that called In Search of Duende by Federico Garcia Lorca, who's a playwright, who was a playwright, and he speaks of duende, which is like this little hobgoblin comes over you when you're an artist of any kind and just does the thing. So that was one of those duende moments. I I was like, that's what it is. That's what it has to be.
so Gracie, when you said yes to this play, when you picked this play and you read it, did you immediately start to think about, okay, this is how we're gonna do this? I see this, I see that. Like, when does the creative juices kick in?
Well, for me, is when I get in the room. When I get in the room with the cast, that's when it really starts kicking. I have ideas, as I'm reading the play as to what it might be, but I can't really, for me personally, I can't really see it until I know who is going to be in it, because that's definitely going to change somewhat what my vision is. Also, what are my resources? How much money is it that I have to work with for this play? As far as how I'm going to approach it. But when I'm in the room, I work very organically. I don't pre-block anything. I don't pre-do anything. I kind of feel things out as to what is going on in the room, and run in that direction. Eventually, and speaking of duende, Emma's the one that told me about this duende hobgoblin that takes over you, because and she's seen it when I direct, it takes over me. Like it comes into my head and I feel it, and it's like I jump up. Like, you see, I jump up and now it's like, oh, let's do this, let's do that. I want you to, like, I see it so clearly. And then sometimes it's difficult to then say what it is that I see that I want them to see. I have my very own special way of directing. I don't even know how to explain it. You kind of have to be in the room to see it.
Tell me about the cast.
It's
Tell me
active.
about this cast. How big is the cast? How many people?
The cast is, what did we say, 14, Emma?
Whoa!
Yeah, with the double. Well, because there's doubles. There's
Yes.
understudies.
There's so we have we haven't really utilized understudies in a while in the theater department, and mainly, usually the reason is funding. It's usually like how are we going to put, mostly like costumes. How are we going to costume all these people? And I said, because the cast is a smaller cast, I said, can we have some understudies, especially because the piece is, it's a very dense piece too. And so I wanted to see how many understudies I can get. I was able to get 3 understudies, and I also said to them that I wanted to see to have the understudies have one of the performances. So the understudies do get to perform one of the performances, which is really cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. It's part of being an understudy. It's part of the theater world. You need to learn how to do that. Like being an understudy got me very far. I wasn't even necessarily an understudy at Long Wharf when I was doing Good Person of New Haven. And the lead actress became ill on closing day, and the entire show was sold out. And they were like, "Hey, Gracie, you think you could do it?" And I'm like, "I'm not even her understudy, but I've been paying attention." And so therefore I did. And I did it. And then the next thing you know, Cornerstone Theater Company offered me a contract to work with them in California.
Wow.
So being an understudy, it can be a thankless job, or the next thing you know, it's your work ethic. I tell my students that all the time. I said, your work ethic will get you in way more rooms and way more jobs than your talent will.
All right, so I love that. That's some good advice. I'm gonna take that advice. How long is the play? How many acts? Like, tell me the things about the play.
There are 3 parts to this play, though I will note that though the play is in a good place, I still think there's some tweaks that I would love to continue.
Oh, you sound like a true playwright.
Yep.
I'm like in there, I'm like, get me in there again so I can edit some more stuff. But right now there's 3 parts, but I really think it's 2. I really think it's 2 parts. And what does it run, Gracie? Like 90 minutes?
Like 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And so Gracie, do you find when you keep plays in 90 minutes, you keep the audience engaged, or does it matter?
Oh yeah. For me, it matters. 90 minutes. That's it. That's the perfect time for me when it comes to a show. 90 minutes is about the amount of time that people can sit still in the theater without being like, I got to get the hell out of here. I got to go do something, And it's specifically with this play, my goal was that if there's an intermission, if people leave, it's gonna disrupt what it is that we're trying to do.
Oh, okay.
We want you sitting in those seats with your eyes open, ears open, and ready to take in the information that is coming at you. And almost no escape. No escape. You have to watch. You have to watch what's going on. I know I've said this a few times. Humanity is what's going to save us.
I say that all the time.
Period. It's humanity that's going to save us.
I always say artists. Artists is what's going to save us.
It's us. We're the ones. I know I have a responsibility. I know that. I have a responsibility to make sure that I am shining humanity back. Yeah. That's what I'm supposed to do, so that we can actually see each other as people and then get out of this darkness that we're in.
Oh gosh.
Girl,
say it.
so doing this play, I think that a lot of us, or a lot of people in America specifically, are have blinders on. Mm-hmm. Have blinders on. Like it seems to them like things are happening in the world, and that they're disconnected from them. That's over there. It's not me. It's not. Mm-hmm. And that's just not the case. And so I need you to see that we are each other's business. We are each other's business, period. Yes. And you can't sit back and just watch, because that makes you complicit.
Right. Yes. Yes. All right. So Emma, when people come to the theater to see this play at Southern Connecticut State University in the theater, what do you hope that they'll get from this? And as a playwright, do you concern yourself with what people get from the play?
Yeah, that's all I concern myself with, honestly. I believe in theater that disrupts. I'm very much, as Gracie said, and she is like my long lost partner in crime. We just get each other so well, but as artists. But I think that theater is uniquely positioned, right? Like we were talking about the arts, yes, but theater, I think specifically, in a very Brechtian way, can cause change, can instigate change. And so I don't want to be cruel to audiences, but at the same time, the world is cruel, right? The world is cruel, and we have to make change. It's like the world is on. I don't know if I can swear here, but like the world's on fire. The world's on. We need to do something. So I hope that what the audience leaves with is that this play too doesn't take place in a particular time or a particular.
I was going to ask you
Yeah.
when I come see this, what time zone am I in? Like what era? Am I in the 1900s? Am I?
It's all time and it's everywhere because that's what's happening. Like that's war. That's the cycles of violence that we see. It's here. It's everywhere. So what do we do and it's us. It's us. Even though it's over there or across the seas, it's us. We have to do something. There's a desperation. So I hope that people leave, and I hope that they pick up a stone or pick up their voice or pick up something and just do something, make a change, make an act, anywhere, anything, and write make their own stories too.
So Gracie, how many plays do y'all do in a season? When does your season begin and end? Do you do several plays or one or two plays?
We do 3, I believe this is total. So we have the first one we do right at the beginning of the semester. It's a musical usually. It just closed. We did How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. And the next play is my play. And then the next play is a collaboration with Long Wharf. It's English.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And then after that, we have the student-directed one-acts, which is completely student-run series of one-act plays directed by the students in the Directing 2 class. And that closes out the season.
Okay. And so give me the dates for this play. And how do people get tickets?
Play is November 20th through the 22nd. There's a performance at 2:00 and a performance at 8:00 each one of those days. You can get tickets at lymancenter.org.
Okay, I love that. Oh, so listen, you have 2 days to see this thing, right?
3.
You have 3 days to see it, and then it's now. Do you all record these for? Do you record them? Do you?
Yes, we have archival recording that we do at Southern. But like Emma was saying, we know that this is not the end of this play.
Oh.
Yeah, I know this is not the end of this play. I know that for sure. And I told Emma, I was like, you stuck with me, right? Like, this, right? We are disruptors. Like that's what needs to do. I consider myself, I'm not a Democrat. I am not a leftist. I am a Black radical. That's what I consider myself. We need radical change right now. And so let's disrupt it. Let's do it. Let's really hold people to the fire and what are we doing? What are the answers? You are responsible. Who making sure that we are accountable to each other. And I'm trying to figure out how to get to the other side. And these cycles of violence, these cycles that we find ourselves in. I feel like right now what we're doing is we're waning down, and we're in darkness, and I feel like it's going to be dark for a while, but it's going to come back up again because it's a cycle. It's what we do. It's like this all the time. And
Yes,
it's like,
that's
well,
very hopeful. Hopeful.
mhm.
So Gracie, when do you step back on the stage? Because you know you're one of the finest thespians out there. When do you
So
step back into the light?
Let me tell you, I uh, I got hit by a truck last October. I was crossing the street going into the emergency room, and I got hit by a red Silverado. Knocked me unconscious, gave me a traumatic brain injury that broke some ribs.
I don't know if I knew this. Did I know this?
I don't know, but yeah, it's always something. So yes, there's that. That happened in October, and it unfortunately has messed with my short-term memory, which that's death for an actor to
Mm-hmm.
not be able to memorize things. I'm in therapy for it right now, in speech therapy and in spatial therapy. I'm doing all kinds of therapies for it because the traumatic brain injury really scrambled my brain. So as far as I'm concerned, um, you have not seen the last of me on stage. That's for damn.
Listen, I
That
can
is for
attest.
sure.
Are you kidding me?
Like the last time I was on stage cannot be the last time that I'm on stage. It just can't be. It just can't be. I love directing. I love acting. I am an actor's director. That's what you know what I mean. That's who I am. I look at when I'm directing. I'm looking at it a lot of it through the eyes of an actor. So I need to be back on stage again. That's going to happen. And and one of the things that I've really been thinking about and talking to a lot of my like-minded colleagues is just this idea that there's things that we want to do, and then there's a bunch of nonsense that you have to get through to do the thing that we're trying to do. So let's get rid of the nonsense and let's just do it ourselves.
I love it. I love it. So Emma, Gracie said rare to get the playwright in the room when you're producing and directing a play. Do you like being in the room to see somebody take your work and bring their interpretation of that work to fruition? Like, are you good with that, or do you sit there like, okay, wait. Like, I mean, are you are you silent, or are you part of the makings?
I love it. That's my favorite thing. My favorite place to be. If I could do one thing my whole life, it's to be in the room. But to be honest, and Gracie's probably laughing, like, yeah, I am silent a lot of the times because I believe, right, like it's not mine. It's like my job's done in many, like I am working on edits and what doesn't work in the play and what needs to be tightened, but you know, those are all choice. Like Grace, it's Gracie's thing. Like Gracie has to put her art on it, and then the actors have to put their heart on it. And their heart and their art, right? And like make their choices with it. So I'm very hands off because I'm not a fan of playwrights in the room that are directors or actors, right? Like it's not your shtick right then. So I love being there. I love being like to see the students and like this play deals with human rights issues, and I don't know, I'm newer to Southern. I'm newer to teaching there, but from what I've heard from a lot of people is that historically this isn't the content that they're dealing with or grappling with in work. And to see them like, oh, fuck. Sorry. I don't know if I can swear. I'm so sorry. But to see them, you can't take me anywhere nice. I don't know why they let me on here.
Listen, it takes a great deal of restraint, let me tell you.
Listen.
My last time on this show.
No, trust me.
Yeah, to just see them like to grapple with it and to start to think, right? Like they're the future of theater. They're the next generation. They have to make the change next. So that's honestly the most rewarding thing. And our associate director wrote like an essay about this play and like gave it to Gracie and I, and he was just so like, this is what I think this moment is, and this is what I think this moment is. And just as an educator and an artist, that means a lot, right? To see somebody thinking about these issues in a way that we have to. It can't just be, Gracie and me.
Well, I am so grateful that you two got up early to do this. I want to tell people, go see this play, Skin of Veils, at Southern Connecticut State University Theater, November 20th through the 22nd, just in time for Thanksgiving.
Yep, 2:00 performance and 8:00 performance. 2 and 8.
The older I get, Gracie, I like a 2:00 performance.
I love a 2:00 performance. What? I love me a matinee.
Girl,
I would go to a matinee first.
It's still light outside when I walk out. Like, oh, yes.
Literally.
So thank you both. Thank you. Good to see you, Gracie Brown.
Okay.
It's good to see you, Emma Joy Hill. Much success. And I'm going to put this on my calendar. I'm going to go over and get me a ticket or two at Lyman and see if I can see this thing.
I cannot wait for you to see it, Babz. I don't mess around when it comes to the theater.
I know you don't. That's
you
why
I sit down and see a Gracie Brown play. It's gonna be something.
I've seen some too. So, well, thank y'all. Enjoy your day. Enjoy rehearsals. Enjoy the weekend, and I will see you both soon.
Thank you so much, Babz. So grateful for you. Have a great one. See you soon.
I love artists.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you, Harry.
Thank you, Harry.